exploring Malcolm Gladwell's take on the tipping point theory. Let me tell you this. Have you ever wondered why some ideas spread like wildfire while others gather dust on the shelf? Why do certain books, movies, and even social movements gain momentum and become unstoppable forces overnight? The answer lies in Malcolm Gladwell's groundbreaking theory of the tipping point, which he first introduced in his seminal book, The Tipping Point. But what exactly does it mean to tip? And how can we apply these principles to our own lives and communities? In The Tipping Point, Gladwell explores the dynamics behind phenomena that seem to emerge out of nowhere and then suddenly take over. He delves into the psychology of change, focusing on three pivotal elements: the culture, the individuals, and the context in which they operate. Let's dive deeper into each of these aspects to understand their significance and how they can transform ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. First up, the culture. Culture acts as the backdrop against which everything unfolds. It influences what we value, believe, and aspire to. Think about it. If you lived in a society where people were always skeptical and resistant to new ideas, how would you expect a new trend to catch on? Gladwell argues that cultural conditions play a crucial role in tipping points. For instance, consider the rise of social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter. These platforms didn't just happen. They were shaped by the cultural environment of the internet and the way people interacted online. The more interconnected and open our culture becomes, the easier it is for ideas to spread virally. Now let's turn our attention to the individuals. In The Tipping Point, Gladwell introduces us to the concept of the connector, the persuader, and the maven. Connectors are those who have a vast network of contacts and are adept at making new connections. Persuaders are skilled communicators who can sway opinions and influence others. Mavens, on the other hand, are information experts who possess unique knowledge and are passionate about sharing it. These three types of individuals act as catalysts for change, amplifying the impact of ideas and facilitating their spread. Imagine, for example, a small group of people who decide to organize a community garden. They need to connect with local authorities, persuade them to allocate space, and educate the public about the benefits of gardening. This group of mavens, people who have first-hand experience with the joys and challenges of growing food, can serve as valuable resources, providing expert advice and inspiring others to join in. By leveraging the strengths of connectors, persuaders, and mavens, this community garden project has a much better chance of becoming a successful and sustainable initiative. Lastly, the context in which these individuals operate is equally critical. Gladwell illustrates this point through the example of the book, The Bell Curve, a controversial study that sparked intense debate about ick and race. The book was initially ignored by most publishers due to its controversial nature. However, when it was finally published, it became a bestseller thanks to the cultural context of the time. A wave of anti-intellectualism swept across America, creating an environment where books like The Bell Curve could thrive. In contrast, a more intellectually engaged society might have rejected the book outright. So, what does all of this mean for us? How can we harness the power of the tipping point to create positive change in our lives and communities? Here's something you should know. The tipping point isn't just about waiting for something to happen. It's about being proactive and strategic. We can tip the scales in our favor by identifying the right individuals, creating supportive cultures, and understanding the context in which we operate. Consider a scenario where you want to start a new business or launch a social movement. You wouldn't just jump in without planning. Instead, you'd identify your network of connectors, persuade key stakeholders, and arm yourself with information to support your cause. By doing so, you increase the likelihood of achieving success and making a meaningful impact. Moreover, the tipping point isn't just about external factors. It's also about internal transformation. As individuals, we can tip the scales in our own lives by embracing growth mindset, fostering resilience, and cultivating a sense of purpose. When we believe in ourselves and our ability to make a difference, we become more likely to tip towards positive outcomes. But here's the thing. Tipping doesn't guarantee instant success. It requires persistence, patience, and a willingness to adapt. Remember, tipping points often occur over time, and setbacks are inevitable. What matters most is that we don't give up. By staying committed and continuously learning, we can tip towards success and make a lasting impact. In conclusion, Malcolm Gladwell's theory of the tipping point offers profound insights into the dynamics of change and the factors that drive it. By understanding the role of culture, individuals, and context, we can better navigate the complex landscape of our world. Whether we're aiming to start a business, launch a social movement, or simply improve our daily lives, the tipping point provides a framework for creating meaningful change. Here's something you should do today. Take a moment to reflect on the areas in your life where tipping points could exist. Identify the individuals who can help you tip towards success, the culture that supports your goals, and the context that will amplify your efforts. Then, take action. Start building your network, gather the information you need, and stay persistent. Remember, tipping points are not just about waiting for things to happen. They're about making them happen. By embracing the principles of the tipping point, we can unlock our full potential and create a world that's more inclusive, innovative, and compassionate. So, let's tip towards greatness.